Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Yeah, remember what I said in my last video. It didn't look good for Solana, and whatever Solana does, it should not drop below the $28.60 level, that support box. Because it did that, I now took off completely the bullish potential of this chart. Of course, now there's a bounce expected because we are massively oversold again. But by coming down that low, we've actually made a new low below June now. So if you remember, that was actually my original anticipation and expectation down here, that we would make a new low, but then it started quite strongly, broke even above the $34.50 level, but failed at the $39 level. Did I say cent? No, dollar level. Failed at the $39 level, which was so important, and it failed to hold the $34.50 level as well. Then broke down and broke even below the support level, and not good. Bear in mind that this could have been a wave 2 support, but obviously when it was lost, Solana came down and actually came down to below $25. Now that's good and that's not good. It's good in terms of it has finally made a new low. Yeah, bear in mind we always wanted it to make a new low because the messy price action here. Yeah, this gives it a chance to create a new foundation from scratch, because whenever you make a new low and it's you're sort of in between two scenarios and the chart has a messy structure, then makes a new low, that at least gives it the chance to restart everything, to build a new foundation, because this was just a bit of a, let's say, a bit of a rubbish foundation, right? We talked about this move up not being reliable as a possible wave 1, and I repeatedly stressed my concerns here with those strong retracements here as well. But whatever, it is what it is. We've now come down and we finally have a new chance to restart. I intentionally did not invest or buy any Solana or SOL in the last few weeks and months. Channel members know that I share all my buys and sells there. Solana is just not a very reliable chart. In the end, you can see we're basically where we were in June, so not much has happened really in the grand scheme of things, unless you trade every small wave here. Now we've made a new low. That is also, on the other hand, that's not so good, because you will remember that the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level of the larger Solana cycle is at around $30, $29. It has now dropped below that level quite substantially a few times now. So unless it can recover quickly, that's also another sign that's actually not so good. So it's dancing around that level. I think we haven't gone down significant enough to really say we are here in trouble, but it's not a sign of strength, certainly not. Also, this move down here indicates that it might be a third wave, which means there might be more coming to the downside. And maybe we hit my original target of around $19 to $22. That has always been sort of the idea, that we get into the region between $19 and $22, because this is significant support from summer last year. So let's see if we get there. It is really, really difficult to read this, also to interpret this. I mean, there are various possibilities how this can be counted from an Elliott wave point of view, but I think one straightforward way to do it would just be to say this is a wave 1 and we've made a wave 2 here, or even a 1-2, 1-2 setup. But I'll try to keep it simple, 1-2, then we have a wave 3 down, there will be a 4 up and a 5 down. The problem is, due to the length of this wave 1, if this is the correct wave count, we would come down quite strongly. Again, I can only tell you next key support around $19 to $22. There is no guarantee we will stop there now that we have this wave count, because the wave 1 is already quite long. So target would actually be around, I mean, the 1-to-1 ratio would take us to that $20, $21 level. That is certainly something, but then this would only be the wave 3, then there will be a 4 and a 5. Yeah, nothing I will, let me say, there is no reason for me to be long here. Yeah, of course, a bounce can be expected now at some point, because we have been massively, or we are massively oversold. So on the 4 hour, we are now back in the oversold range. The last time that happened, we were down here on the 21st of October and we rallied all the way up to $38. This stuff can happen, but this is more like gambling. This is not really like trading based on support and resistance areas. Because any coin can rally at any time in an unpredictable way, but the point is, can it sustain that movement, and can it be used for proper trading? Bit like pinball, like back and forth, where you buy support, you sell at resistance. If you have an unpredictable coin, where you failed all the time in creating a bullish foundation, then this is nothing where I would, also in terms of short trading, it's sort of back and forth, unpredictable, kicking the shorts out, kicking the longs out. I always try to find charts which are reliable, right? And this one here isn't. It's rather pointing for me to the downside. And I would really go as far to say that unless we now get above the, as a minimum above this swing high here at around $33, but I think the 34.50 level is still very relevant. So this is the first step we need to get above, but it needs to hold it this time. This rally here failed, which was already a warning sign, but it needs to hold the 34.50 level to be again carefully bullish. And what it then needs to do, it needs to go finally above that $39. That will unlock prices all the way up to 48 US dollars. But for me at the moment, the focus is rather on the downside. Okay, and that's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.